Hey you guys, Mr. Waltz, Fusion Model Creation 2, number 8. This one, there are many ways to do. What I'm going to do is make a block. I'm going to cut a section off over here on the left, and I'm going to sketch on the top and cut out this L-shaped piece. Before you start, you got to figure out the width, height, and depth of the whole thing. So the width would be 2, 4, 6 for this section, and then there's a top part that sticks out 3, so 9. Uh, height from the bottom, 2, 4, 6. Depth is going to be 5, so 9 by 6 by 5. So we go to our Fusion, get yourself a new design, put a create sketch on the XY plane, make a rectangle starting at the origin, click, move up to the top right. You can actually go any direction when you make these, but I like to go in the first quadrant. All my math people know what I'm talking about. Positive X, positive Y. Anyways, 9 units wide, 9 a star, 0.25. Hit tab, 6 units tall, 6 a star, 0.25. Hit enter. Hopefully you're learning these decimals and you don't have to type star every time, but feel free to do that if it helps you. 2.25 is 9 squares, 6 squares is 1.5. Then we're going to extrude this. So I finish my sketch, go to my home view, zoom a little. Gonna extrude, dude, and the amount is 5 squares. Hopefully you know by now that 5 quarters is $1.25. So I'll just type that one. All right, there we go. Cool. Now we got to cut out a couple things. To cut out over here on the side, I got to cut this corner out. If you look here, the part that's missing is going to have a width of 3 and a height of 4. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, click create sketch, click on the front plane, and I'm going to draw a rectangle right here, start in the corner, click, go up to the right. It's 3 wide, which is 0.75, tab 1 high. Boom. Hit enter, finish my sketch, home view. You don't have to go to home view, but it sure helps figuring out which way to extrude. Extrude, you got to tell it what to extrude, so you click on the box you just drew. And we want to go backwards and cut. So grab your arrow, you can make it cut. And you can see I made it cut way too far. You could figure out the distance if you wanted, but the preferred way, if you're going to cut all the way through something, go to extent type, change it to all. Then you don't have to worry about any numbers. It'll always figure out how far to cut. I'm going to click OK, and my first cut is done. Cool. Now what I need to do is cut away this right section. And if you start on the top, you can just cut down. You can see the cut depth will be 4 or 1 inch. 4 units is 1 inch on this thing. The shape itself, it's kind of a L-shaped piece. It's basically if I look here, I go over 1 unit, down 2, and then over 3. So that's pretty much how I'm going to draw it. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to create a sketch on the top. So create sketch, click on the top surface. And this one, what I'm going to do is just draw the lines and then dimension it after I draw it. So I'm going to click line. I'm going to start on this top edge right about here. See the blue X. I'm going to click. I'm going to go down a little. I'm going to go to the right a little. And then I'm going to go down all the way. All right. So just kind of approximately doing it. And then I figure out what the dimensions will be. So this part here, you could see I go to the left 1 unit, 0.25, and then down 2, that's 0.5, and then over here 3 and 3. All right. So D for dimension, or you can click on the tool. I'm going to click on this corner. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm working on here. I'm going to click on this point here where I started the line, this corner of the box, and put in a dimension there. Click 0.25, enter. This next one, this edge here, this is 2 squares or 0.5. So I'm going to click on that with dimension tool active. Go over here, click, make it 0.5, enter. And then the last one is this line here. I'm just going to, again, dimension tool is active. Click on that line. I'm going to go up here even with the 0.25 and click. And then I'm going to put, it's 3 squares, 0.75. And you can see at that point, the lines turn black. It means it has enough dimensions. It's fully constrained. I can finish my sketch, go to my home view, and then I just need to extrude cut this, and you're going to cut it down 1 inch. So I click extrude. I'm going to go click on the part I want to cut. I got to drag it down, and then I'm going to put in the distance. Now remember on this, to make it go down, that has to be negative. So we're going to make this -1. Hit enter. And then as always, look at your picture here, look at the one you're supposed to make. Make sure they look the same. Looks pretty good to me. I think we did it right. Now we can save it. Use your save button. This is going to be number 8. Make sure you're in the right project. If not, use the drop down and find the right project. Save it, and you're good. Have fun. We'll see you on number 10.